Welcome back. I am Razakius, and this is Hearts of Iron 4, and we're playing as South Africa. We're going to be going up the fascist route. I let about a month pass by in between episodes, so I'll speed up again. And in that time, we did get one military factory, and we put it to the towed artillery. I think that's going to be one of the most important things we need. Construction 2 finally completed, and let's go ahead and start construction 3. That'll put us way ahead of time, and that'll be good. It's going to take a while, though. I mean, it's not free, but with the 50% bonus, I really, in construction or electrical engineering, if I get a 50% bonus in those, I'm going to totally take it to speed up the ahead of time bonus. So we just got the mines. And now we are going to get our extra research. We really need that to continue on. The mines, I think they only gave us one extra civilian factory, but it might help us still going forward. And I'm going to go ahead and put military here next. And get our third military factory. I think that's about as good of a use of a slot as we can get at this point in time. Pretty close to disperse industry as well, which will mean we're gonna get an increase in slots, so that'll help immensely. Looks like Spain is pretty close to being done. Usually what they need is Barcelona and Valencia. And they'll usually capitulate at that point, so, and Madrid, of course. So they're getting pretty close to that. Let's go ahead and research. So we're using the 50% bonus here. We have a 50% research bonus there, but let's go ahead and use... This is all being done by the bonus for being in the Commonwealth. Let's go ahead and do that. That's only going to take 27 days to get the improved military factories. That's great. That'll mean that we're going to be producing a lot more equipment a lot quicker. And we did get extra steel. We pretty much doubled our steel, but because we're in the free trade, we only got one positive steel. But the point is we're not in the negative, and that's really what we need to do. We need to stay out of the negative so that we can continue pouring out new equipment. Japan declared war on China. They're going like clockwork. So that puts us up to 11% tension. And we're going to go up infantry equipment. I think we're going to be pretty strong on infantry, especially early on. So we want to make sure that we can speed up our infantry research as much as possible. Now we do have a lot of chromium. That's a big plus for us because chromium is needed for heavy tanks. So what I'm planning on doing in this playthrough is building a heavy tank division. It's not something that I've done before, so it'll be new ground. Usually I only use the heavy tanks to mix in with infantry divisions to make sure that those infantry divisions can take a beating. But now, I'm going to make a full division of heavy tanks. It's going to be weird. Because why not? Japan declared war on China. Yep, I thought they did that already. Let's go ahead and Chinese United Front. Okay. So we have our new African... we have our new research. It is an African research, but we're going to go ahead and celebrate the Great Trek. Get us one step closer to the South Africa first. And we have 2 researches open now. What else can we get bonuses on? There's a bonus to this. Let's go ahead and take that. That's a pretty good bonus. I want to make sure that we're really maximizing our bonuses here. It's 1937. Let's go ahead and take radium. Why not? Get a free 10% bonus. 10%'s not a lot, but it's something. We do want to probably do that motorized as well to get that 10% bonus too. And tension is at 20%. It is cooking. We're at least probably 100 days out from South Africa first. We should be able to do that right away. Whether I want to is another question entirely. I'm not sure if we want to try to hold off a little bit extra. France and Britain announce an alliance. We're down to 19%. If we can hold off a little bit extra and go down another line somewhere else and continue to research with those bonuses where we can, it's probably going to be to our benefit. But I don't want to stray too far because I'm really scared of being drawn into World War II. I really don't want to do that on UK's side. So this is where the decision comes in. Do we want to go with South Africa first, or do we want to take something else? Let's go with the armament effort. This is Southwest Africa. Is going to get 2 military buildings. I think that's going to be the right choice for us. And let's use up that to put another civilian factory. I always have a hard time saying civilian, and I don't know why. It's really strange. So South Africa, I think that's this one. Southwest Africa? Southwest Africa and Cape are going to get 2 military. So Southwest Africa is actually going to get usage, which is great. We need them to do something. The fact that they are 0 is pretty harsh. Let's go ahead and take the military theorists and start working on building some military experience. And see, we're already done with Construction 3 a full year ahead of time. We're going to take Excavation 1 because that's basically free at this point. And do we take the 20% bonus for Excavation 2? Or do we take the motorized? I think we're going to take the 20% bonus. Get them while we can. Boy, I slowed that down way too far. So yeah, we're about a full year ahead on Construction 3. Actually, it's about a year and a half because it takes about a half a year just to build it. Very much worth my while. It is 1938, which means we can start working on Engineering 3, Computing Machine, start increasing our research time even more. Very good. We're doing well here, guys. Let's speed up. Tension down to 18%. This has gone down a couple of points in this episode, which is pretty good. Do we want to take that bonus? I think it is time to take the motorized bonus there. See if we can't get bonuses elsewhere. Let's put that point to support equipment. Get support equipment started. We should actually start researching tanks. So let's go to Tank Designer and take that 10% research time reduction. I think that's a good use of our points. Once we do go fascist, we can go to wartime economy as well, which will help us build a lot faster. So we have 5 total slots. I think armament effort. I think we're gonna take another military, even though we just built military. That's all right. We can do more. We still haven't crossed the 20 mark, so I kind of want to continue on as much as possible. One more. We're gonna risk fate. So now we have a whole bunch of these that we can use up. We want to get more fighters built. I think that's a good idea. Boy, they have a lot. South Africa has a lot of carrier fighters started up there. What else? We don't really have tanks that I want to start yet. So instead, I think I'm going to put a second factory on towed infantry, or the towed artillery. We're going to be using those for infantry a lot, so I think that's a good idea. And we're going to need pretty soon more goods from elsewhere. But I'm going to hold off as long as possible on that. Especially since we haven't hit the point yet where I'm running out of slots to build in. Another thing of note, we do need to get a synthetic oil refinery built as well. So we should start researching that. That almost... I don't think that's going to get anybody... giving us a bonus on that one, so I think we should just bite the bullet and take it. End of the Spanish Civil War. So that is fascist, correct? I believe so. Yep, it is now fascist. Yep. We're getting pretty close to our next point there. Actually, we're doing pretty well on becoming free. We're cruising along on that. I don't think we're gonna go too far on that, though. So let's go ahead and do synthetic oil refinement. Get that started. 200 days, that means I'm probably not going to finish that until early 1939. And then we can start building some oil refineries so that we can build more tanks. Very important to get oil going. And Pretoria Arms. At this point, we can do War Measures Act. I'm going to go ahead and take South Africa first and break off from the United Kingdom. I don't want to risk getting into World War II quite yet. I'm not ready for it, and I don't want to be on that side anyway. So let's build support equipment. Change in popularity for fascists by 10%. Or, yeah, we're going to change to fascism as much as possible. That's a good one. What else can we build? I guess let's build more infantry equipment. Why not? I think we might also want to start a naval dockyard. That's probably a good idea. Let's put one there. And actually, I'm going to take out the military factory and start on the naval dockyard instead. Because we need to get at least convoys started, if not destroyers. We need to start getting some sea stuff going. I mean, we have all this water next to us. We should have a good naval fleet. That should be something that's part of us. And as such, let's go ahead and take the ship designer to increase naval, or decrease naval research time. Is there anything else happening? I don't think so. We're at 30%. I probably could have stayed in the United Kingdom for a little bit longer, but I think it totally behooves us to split off. And hopefully, so we have about 30 days left. We should get at least one more shot on this. So we got to make sure that whatever we use, we're going to be using the Commonwealth bonus for that, regardless of what it is. I want to use that bonus as much as possible. The Munich Agreement occurred. Alright, so we have a research slot available. What can give us a bonus? Well, there's radar. We could go with the hurricane. That's not bad. Let's do the hurricane. Get up to the fighter 1, basically, is what that is. Hawker Hurricane. Yeah, that's going to be going for a while, and we'll be free by the time that is done. Awesome. South Africa first is almost complete. Let's go ahead and speed up. So what happened with that? It looks like the Munich Agreement gave Germany the outside of Czechoslovakia, and it looks like they had Austria previously. I missed that one. And there's South Africa first. Do we want to do King Edward? Gives us national unity. We probably don't need that quite yet. Let's go to the War Measures Act. Gives us a little bit of political power. So we are our own being right now, right? Yeah, we no longer have this, so we are by ourselves now. No more UK governance over us. We are free. Awesome. And I don't think, let's see if, I don't think this went up in days. I think once you start it, whether the research would go up or down, it pretty much sticks. We're almost done with computing machine. That kind of worked out pretty well for us, actually. I believe. Are we fascist yet? No, we're still democratic. We're going to go ahead and take the Light Air Company. Increase the light air research time. And I don't think that's going to decrease our hurricane. Actually, it looks like it might have. Because it was at 130. I don't think we went 20 days by, but maybe we did. Computing machine is done. So we're at 1938. Let's go ahead and do the improved conversion. And we have a free civilian factory. Ooh, we have a bunch of things that we need to do here. So we built our naval dockyard. Let's build another military. And let us start cooking away at convoys. I know convoys are kind of wussy. They're not fun, they're flashy. But we really need them, and we don't have a ton of them right off the bat. So, I mean, it'll only get us basically one a month. Less than one a month, really. But we need to really start doing that. Hopefully we'll get more convoys once we go to war, especially if we go to war with Portugal. I'm hoping we can get Portugal to capitulate without having to go all the way up to Spain. That would be wonderful. Let's see, how far away are we from War Measures Act? That's going to get us political power. And then we're going to go down to emergency workers. We're basically going to go down this line at this point. We don't really need to go down this. Actually, I can get this because I'm fully independent, so I can totally get a fourth slot. So it's actually worth it to get the atomics board done. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Faster research is better research. More research is better research. We are still not fascist, so we cannot go war economy, so it's not really worth going up that. We could go up with limited conscription, and that would give us some troops to work with. I think we're going to do that at this point. Going to go up limited conscription. That gave us about 50,000 troops. That's pretty good. And what we can start to do then is train some infantry. We're going to start them off right there, and we're going to have them go directly into that army. We're almost done with a whole bunch of trainings. And before we start that, we need to make sure this is started. Oh, look at how full we are. Yeah, let's go ahead and put another military slot there. And we really need to start working on the tank research. That's something we should go and do. We don't really have a whole lot that we can pump out here, so I'm just going to go with the inner war fight. Actually, yeah, let's go with the inner war fighter. Get that started. Double up on our production on fighters so that hopefully we can take them off when we need to. And good, we got our synthetic oil ready. And we also got the hurricane started. So we are going to go and start the Vickers. And here we can start... Let's do this one. And for this one, let's do the Matilda. We're going all tank all the time. Just go all in on the tanks right there. So we need to upgrade this to the Hurricane, so we're getting better fighters. That's pretty good. So we're getting about 2 a month. Basically, yeah, totally worth doing. And now we can get Cape Defense Institute. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.